Oh, it's good. Actually, this is like, I feel pretty good right now.
Is it
Knock
like
on wood.
knock on wood?
Knock on wood.
Is it like an analysis for you also, because you bring out your movie and then everybody talks about the movie and your character. Is it kind of reliving the whole character again?
Sort of, yeah, in a lot of ways. It's when you come to a press junket, you really got to have your thoughts in line, because sometimes you get asked things that you used to have, a good philosophy on or a good thought on, but you've just not said it for a long time, so you're kind of refining your way every time. So that's what I think is, you have to have some great memories about the movie, which happened a year ago, and you have to come up with some coherent thoughts that
So are you
sense.
like with your publicists, are you sitting together and you say, okay, look, these are the obvious questions, and of course you have to put your thoughts on that, because in a year a lot happened for you also,
Sort of. I mean, maybe at one point I used to do that. I think early on, when I had never done interviews before, this was like the scariest thing in the world. There's like lights and dudes with microphones and like, what's going on, So we would talk about that and just get used to it. But now I'm kind of pro at it. Kind of.
He's pro at it.
My boss is like,
I saw the YouTube interviews. You are.
All right, good.
You are good.
I'm
no,
not.
because it's really, it's very beautiful. I'm doing my job also longer already, and it's always nice if you see a young actor developing.
Oh, cool.
And
Thanks.
what I saw, that it was really a different character for you. That's why you did it. Of course, you said that also. How hard is it to change? You still will be a teen idol for the next 20 years, but how hard is it to go a different path then?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. It's kind of hard. It was hard. Initially, it's just when you have several sort of options, and you have the option, to do something that's sort of staying safe, which I did. There was a lot of more musicals and another comedy that I could have done. At the same time, there was something inside me that I knew I had to try something dramatic and try and push the envelope a little bit and try something new, just for me, for my sanity, so I could look in the mirror at the end of the day and feel like I earned it and I took a risk, So for me, that's important, and I know that the actors that I look up to and admire always seem to be taking risks, and sometimes they fall flat on their faces. Everyone does at one point or another. That's just a part of life. But you have to go through those moments to rise anew and to come back and be great again. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was scarier and it was much more difficult, but I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No, and I think you did a very good job. I have to say, you pulled it off.
Thanks.
You won't fall flat on your face.
All right.
And is the beard, for example, also a statement for you? I'm a grown up. That sounds stupid, but like that. I'm maturing now. Is that a statement?
Yeah, maybe. It's just I couldn't grow one until recently. Now it works. No, it doesn't really work. In fact, I don't even really think it looks that good. But I'm just doing it to do it, and it feels right now. We'll see how long I can go before everyone tries to kill me.
Was that fishing for compliments? I think it looks good. I have to say, it's enough. It's not too heavy. It looks good.
Thank you.
Is that for a new character, new role you have, or you wanted to see how it looks?
It could be for this next movie. We're not sure. I don't know. But it's I'm off right now, so I wanted to try it, because when you're filming, it's I have to shave every day, sometimes twice a day. It just sucks, man. Shaving sucks. There's no way around it. It just itches and I don't know. So I'm just being lazy right now while I have some time off.
Saying about lazy,
Yeah.
because we see you, the moment you take your shirt off, you're always in great shape. Is that something also when you don't have to work, where you say, okay, I can get a little bit calmer with things now, I don't have to work out every day, I don't have to live on a diet? Is that something relieving?
When I'm not working is when I tend to actually kind of train more, and I'm it's just something that I have control over, I know how to do it. I know how my body responds to it. I've always been very healthy, but I've always sort of enjoyed experimenting with eating the right kinds of food and training and seeing what it does. And It's fun. It's also like incredibly relaxing. You know, they talk about, you know, endorphins for long distance runners. You know, that you sort of get like high from it. I think that's totally the case. I mean, once I've trained in the morning, once I've like done any form of exercise, then the rest of the day, everything just seems easy. You know, everything's just. I mean, I've already done the hardest part, so it's like everything kind of gets easier.
Did you run this morning?
This morning was actually my day off, so I haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then also, Zac, I mean, if you see, you know, how do you get used to... I saw the red carpets for Charlie St. Cloud, also at YouTube. All these screaming girls. How do you get used to that, or you don't get used to it, and are you going to have earplugs tonight, this evening?
Tonight, considering what happened, the High School Musical 3 premiere in Germany was the loudest premiere ever. Were you there?
Yes, I've been there.
It was like you had to have earplugs. Our security guards were like this. You know, Ashley and Vanessa had to leave the premiere because it was too loud. And so I'm going to try and sneak some earplugs in actually tonight. But sorry, what was the other part of your question?
If you get used to it, yes.
I don't think you ever get used to it, but it does become more fun. You know, now it's like there was a time when I would get nervous before every, you know, red carpet. But now that I have the drill down, I trust the people around me, and you know, I know that the fans aren't hurting themselves. At one point, they were. You know, it was sort of experimental. I feel like they were kind of every time I feel like a fan was getting hurt somehow. But now that that's not happening anymore, I tend to just try and enjoy it and interact with the fans as much as I can. And like the looks on their faces are pretty priceless. And
you should take a camera and film them also. Do you do that? You know, some celebrities, they take cameras and they film them, so they have also a momentum they can take home.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Collect them. For when you're older, you can show your grandkids and your kids.
And then I can show you how like crazy it is.
Right. Zac, and my last question, because you just said you can get used to fame, but I think what we can't learn, like with dealing with fame, is losses. And in the movie, it's about loss, big deal. And there's no school which can prepare us for losses in our lives. You know, our relatives, our beloved, whatever. How did you deal with that, you know, preparing for the role? How can you think in something like that if you never experienced it?
I've got like, you know, an emotional trigger for me has always been the thought of living life without, you know, a close relative. Like, you know, I think about losing my younger brother, and instantly it's like very, you know, very emotional. So I don't even want to, I'm not going there right now. But you know, I sort of just replayed all the happy moments that we had growing up together, and I instantly would kind of open the floodgates, and I could just kind of use that for like, you know, most of the scenes in the movie. But yeah, you know. Luckily, I haven't experienced that level of loss yet. You know, only in older relatives and things.